So, for obvious reasons, I really wanted to end the stand-up with me just masturbating at you. I thought that would be a little rude. So, I'm going to class it up a bit here. I'm going to tell you guys a travel story. Sorry, travel story. For those of you who don't know me, I've been traveling ever since I got out of college. As I mentioned, I went to Haiti. I've been just traveling all over the fucking place. I was a flight attendant for a year and a half, which was absolutely horrible. If anyone's thinking of doing that, don't. So, by the way, the title of this story is the title before we begin. It is called The Worst Thing I've Ever Wiped My Ass With. Alright, now there's some things you have to know about this. The first is that I have kind of a stomach condition. Started when I was about 10 years old. And for those of you who have any kind of stomach condition, I don't care what it is, you're gonna understand this story a little bit better, okay? Because for normal people, when you have to take a shit, you get a little like alert in your head that says like, I don't know, maybe like 15 or 20 minutes, you'll take a shit. Right? There you go, okay. You saunter over to the toilet machine, grab your newspaper and fucking Garfield along the way, and then you sit down on the toilet, and you wait, and you maybe even fucking read, which blows my mind. Read as you wait for the poo to slide out of your buttocks into the toilet. Okay? I don't know what that shit's like at all. For me, every shit is an emergency situation. Alright, it's like, boom, you got 15 seconds. And in 15 seconds, you're gonna pull your pants down and shit wherever you are. That's what's happening. Get to an appropriate place. Okay. So, combine that with traveling to fucking like Haiti, places. By the way, for those of you who travel, a lot of countries not really down with the toilet paper. Not really sure what's going on there, because I think like if you establish yourself as a country or like a civilization, first thing you gotta do is make sure there's toilet paper. Before you're like making governments and shit, be like, all right, does everyone have toilet paper? All right, cool. Who's the president? No. So at best in Thailand, this is a story that takes place in Thailand, so I should have mentioned that. At best, they have this. And this is horrible. It's like a little hose that's attached to the side of the toilet, and you're just supposed to shoot it up there, and then have a wet ass. It's, by the way, not fully clean. It's like brown, whatever. I'm not gonna get into that, but it didn't work. So, background to this story: I lived in Thailand for a year, and I worked at middle of nowhere kind of place in rural Thailand at an orphanage for AIDS children. Okay, a lot of AIDS. This is not the funny part. A lot of AIDS children get abandoned by their parents, and this orphanage kind of took them in. And it's like it's just this middle of nowhere place. There's nothing around it really. So I lived there and I taught the children English. And then you're thinking like, oh, Womby, that's so good of you. No. This is going to make the story much worse, so just bear that in mind. So, the only place that you can shop around, the only other thing besides the orphanage, is this little store that's like 20 minutes away. You walk down like a dirt path, get your shit. It's just like this woman who has lots of things sitting around her, and you can buy them. So I went there one day. All I had to eat, by the way, was like a little packet of peanuts. Like that's all it did. That's all that was necessary. So I go down, I get my shit, and I'm walking back. And maybe like 10 minutes into this walk back, I realize like I got a shit. And I'm not making it 10 minutes back to my house. So I'm looking around, and this is all like in like AIDS commune type of place. So I'm like, all right, I have shit right now. What do you got? AIDS commune. And there's like a random like stone building thing, like outhouse. So I don't know who it belonged to, I don't know what the hell. But I was like, all right, yeah, that's what's happening. So I go in there, and it's just a hole in the ground. It's not, there wasn't toilet paper or the hose thing, it's just a hole. But that's good enough for me. So yeah, do my thing. And then, of course, comes that part where I gotta find toilet paper, or some form that is going to be toilet paper for this period of time. And I've been in this situation a lot, all right? This story is the worst thing. That means there were other things that were bad. I have wiped my ass with glass. Not broken glass, it was just like, okay. Bottles of glass. Trash, kind of trash. And that's probably the worst one. Like, possibly already used toilet paper. You know, it's a process. You find the side that's white. Right? So, I had a bag with me. I always carried a bag to take all the shit that I bought at the store. The only thing I bought was a bottle of shitty grain alcohol. So, that's all I got there. Not in a bag or anything. There's nothing in there. So I'm like looking in my bag to see what else I have in there. And this is the same bag that I used to carry my English supplies between classes. So I look in there, and the only thing I had were these pictures.
Oh my god.
I had taught a lesson to my students where I told a story about a puppy dog and a fish who meet each other and they become good friends. And I asked them while I was telling the story to draw pictures of the story, you know, so that they understood the English. The only fucking thing I had in my bag were a bunch of these pictures. Alright. And that's actually the end of the story. I wiped my ass with children's drawings. That's what happened. But here's the bad part. I didn't just grab a random children's drawing. I was like, yeah. I sorted through them. And kind of like rated them. Like, oh no, this one, I like this kid, and this one's pretty good. The puppy dog is well thought out. And picked one that wasn't very good. And wiped my ass with that specific one. So, and I guess the moral of that story, having a moral, is that, you know, I think I'm a pretty good person, right? Most people who know me are like, oh, Womby, you're a good guy. I think I'm a pretty good person. But I think at the end of the day, no matter how good a person you are, no matter how good a person you strive to be, you're always going to have that moment in your life when you're in Northeast Thailand, trying to decide with which AIDS child's drawing to wipe your ass. Thank you guys very much.